Hi guys, it's Tina and welcome back. Thank you for watching. Today I want to talk about 8 things that I do not spend money on. And these are things that I used to spend money on but I no longer do because they simply do not make sense to me. And this is a tag that I've seen going around, or I don't know if it's actually a tag, but I've seen other people recording this, and I think most people are doing 10, but I had a list of 10 and some of them were kind of lame, so I reduced it down to 8. And I think they're worthwhile. So number 1, jumping right in, is name brand t-shirts. So I used to be a little bit of a brand snob and I no longer do that, especially for plain t-shirts. I just cannot comprehend any longer why I or anybody else would spend $50, $45 on a plain t-shirt. And now I do most of my plain t-shirt shopping at Target. And as a matter of fact, last weekend I went there, I got a really cool white one, an army, sort of like an army green one, 2 for $10, so $5 a piece. So much better than, you know, 35 to $50 for a Banana Republic or an Ellie Tahari shirt. Number 2, Mani-Pedis and Eyebrows. Now, I will admit that my mani and pedis do not look nearly as nice as when they're getting done at the salon. So of course I will treat myself to that every now and again, especially if there's like a special event coming up. But for basic business travel and just personal upkeep, I will do all of that at home, and then also my eyebrows. And I will make a special note that every time I go to get a facial, if I go to a new esthetician, they always ask me where I get my eyebrows done. So I'm glad that I've learned how to tame these bad boys, because they used to be very, very bushy back in the day. And gratefully now I apparently am doing a good enough job that people who look at people's faces frequently think that it's worthwhile to compliment. So number 3 on my list is movie rentals. I was introduced to the idea of using movies from the library about a year ago, and I mean, quite honestly, we watch a lot of our movies off of Netflix anyway, or just see if there's something on demand that's worth watching that would not require us to pay for it, because it's just part of one of the subscriptions we already have. But if there is a movie that's out that I know will show up at the library eventually, I just go there. Plus, the library is a great place to bring little kids anyhow. They a lot of times will have activities and events that the children can do. So I absolutely recommend looking at that if you haven't already done so. Number 4 is detailing my car. So if you guys saw my last video, you know that we paid off our car last week. So this is very exciting, and that was the official end of baby step 2 for us. So very big deal. But even before we paid it off, my love for my car has always been strong. I mean, it really is my dream car. It's a Honda Pilot, and I detail that car at least every 3 months. I mean, unless the weather is really bad in the wintertime and it's keeping me from cleaning it, I pretty much do the detailing on my own. It's an act of love for the car, and I get a lot of personal satisfaction out of it. I can't even imagine bringing it to somebody else to do that job. So that one is definitely an item that I do in-house and do not pay money for. Number 5 is yard care. So again, this is one that I can understand why people would want to hire someone to do it, especially in the hot summer if you don't want to be outside or if your time is sparse. But I'm really lucky. My husband's willing to do all of that himself, and he does a great job of it. He does the edging, you know, the weed whacking. I'll help with the weeding every now and again, but truth be told, I do not have a green thumb. So he typically covers all of that stuff for us, and I'm really grateful for it. I probably shouldn't even say this, but should anything ever happen to hubby, dear hubby, you know, dear, please God, let nothing happen to him. But should something happen, I may have to hire help for that, because at 36 years old, I have still never run a lawnmower. I know that's probably just, I should probably be embarrassed about that. I'm not actually, but I probably should be. Same thing for the snowblower. Never turned one on even. If for whatever reason my husband's not around and I have to shovel the walk, I will shovel it no matter how much snow is on the ground, because I'm intimidated by that snowblower. But yard care, whether that's summer or winter time, or even fall, raking up the leaves, those are all things we do at home. Or I shouldn't say at home, because it's obviously our home, but those are things that we do without paying somebody else to, you know, step in and do those chores for us. The next item I have on my list, number 6, is gym memberships. This was a trap that I fell into, I can't even tell you how many times, at least 5 or 6 times. I would start a gym membership. I would go very consistently for a while, and then I would fall off on it. And then I would continue to pay those dues for months and months and months. I would pay them and not go to the gym. And so I learned that, you know what, if I'm going to be motivated to work out, I can do it at home. I don't need a gym membership to be in shape. So I like recently got the Kayla Itsini's, I think that's how you pronounce her name, Bikini Body Guide. I think it's what it's called. I want to say Beach Body Guide, but I think it's Bikini Body Guide. It's one or the other, but she's got a huge following on Instagram, and I look at it like, you know what, I can do this at home. And honestly, the most consistent I've ever worked out was pre-kids. I did a marathon and I marathon trained. I was running like 4 or 5 days a week, and I didn't go to the gym at all, because when you're running that many miles, you don't want to be stuck on a treadmill. So again, I don't pay for a gym membership. I feel like between sit-ups, push-ups, workout guides, etc., I can do all of that at home. Item number 7. This one's kind of a little bit cheeky, but sale items that I don't need. I mean, how many of you have gone shopping and picked up an item because it was a great deal and you don't really need it? You don't even really, you had no intention to buy it. There was no, sometimes there's not even a purpose for it in your home. You just really like it, or it's cool, or what have you. And so you purchase the item because it's very, you know, deeply discounted. So that is something that I avoid like the plague now, especially at Target. I avoid all of the end caps. I used to roam the aisles and the end caps to look for deals and just see what struck my fancy, and I don't do that anymore. I just last night had a talk with a friend, and I had said to her, stop going to Costco and roaming the aisles, because every time you go, you buy a bunch of stuff you don't need just because it's a great price. You had no intention to get it, and it's a rule I've been living by for at least 1.5 years now, and I'm sure it has been, like, if you could calculate a return on investment on that, I'm sure it's paid its, you know, its value to me. So last and not least is, and this is one that I think a lot of people do, is purchase the extended warranties. I used to do this. I used to think there was, you know, that it was a just in case something happened, it covered me. And in 2000, I don't know, like 8 or 9, I took a statistics class while working on my MBA. And I, through that class, learned how those extended warranties are calculated and how those companies make money on it. And they keep so much information about their products. And they literally will figure out when the 98% failure rate on a product is. So when the vast majority of the products are going to fail, they figure out that time period, and then they go just before that time period is when the extended warranty will end. So like, let's say the product is good for, they already know statistically that the product is good for 10 years. They will offer maybe the regular warranty that comes automatically with the product for 2 years, and then they will offer you to do an extended warranty from year 3 through 9. You pay like $100 or $200 for that, but they know statistically that only 2% of the product are going to fail within that window. Everything else is going to make it to the 10-year mark. So they stop the extended warranty just before they anticipate the majority of the product will fail. So once I realized that, and once I saw how much math is put into this from a business perspective, I realized, wow, there is minimal, I mean, itty bitty amount of value in getting the extended warranty. So that is the last item on my list, because I used to do that quite a lot, and I don't recommend it to anybody any longer. So those are my 8 items that I no longer spend money on, and I would discourage any of my friends and family from spending money on. Hope you liked it, and I'm going to continue to do these sort of finance videos, so if you're interested, please continue to watch. But I'm also going to explore some more videos that are along the vein of just like well-being and spiritual and I guess like home organization. So a broader spectrum of topics. I think this will be my main focus point though, because that's where my greatest passion is right now. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll check back soon. Bye.